Commissioner Paul Knighty. And I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Mortgage Group. I've been teaching here at Herron Catholic for 13 years. I've been assistant coach also for 13 years. And I think it's important in today's world that we have young people growing up with the morals and values of faith-based education.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group, and I support Herron Catholic High School because I'm good friends and business partners with assistant coach Tommy Muscari, and any chance I have to support a Christ-centered education for today's youth, I take advantage of that opportunity and support in any way I can with my time, effort, volunteering, funds, and commercials like these.
Together we soar.
Herron Catholic Sports on IndianaSRN,
where you're always in the game.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to IndianaSRN's coverage of Indiana High School basketball in conjunction with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. We have a fun contest for you this evening as we get set for our matchup between the Herron High School Achaeans, who come in to this ball game at 9-11 on the season, as they get set to take on the Bishop Chatard Trojans, currently sitting at 13-7 on the year. A pleasant good evening, everyone. I want to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by the Morales Group. The Morales Group, building better futures, one story at a time. By Burtner Electric, your licensed and experienced electricians serving Central Indiana. By IUPUI Sports Management, a lifetime of sport with a winning degree. Piper Logistics, 3 services, 1 logistical solution. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment dealer. And once again, a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bishop Chatard High School, the site of this affair between the Achaeans and the Trojans. Jimmy Cook alongside Sean Kroll. Sean, should be a fun one tonight. Both these teams searching for a way to get back to winning ways. On the Achaean side of things, losers of 2 straight, including 4 of their last 5. For the Trojans, meanwhile, 13-0 to start the season. Everything was hunky-dory. They've lost 7 games since, including a tough overtime loss to Cardinal Ritter just the other night.
Yeah, if anybody needs home cooking right now more than Chatard, I do not know who it is. And on senior night, it's a good night to get back on track. You look at both these squads. Chatard started 13-0. Herron started off 0-3, but then reeled off 5 straight. And they've been kind of, hot and cold ever since then. But, one of the big things is the health of A.J. Roseman for Chatard. He's been out for a few games, so they really need their big dog to come back and help them get a W, get a little momentum, as they say, heading into sectional as the draw came out on Sunday.
When you talk about losing a player like A.J. Roseman, and again, projected to come back potentially tonight, even we're not officially certain on that just yet, but a likely return very, very soon for him. When you lose a player like that and you go through the struggles they've gone through, you could make the strong case that maybe if he's out there a couple of those games, including that overtime loss to Cardinal Ritter, maybe that's a W in the column for them instead of an L. Be that as it may, we talk about getting ready and playing your best ball when it comes time for the second season of the postseason in high school basketball. How do you adjust on the fly reinserting a player in the lineup like that whenever he does return, whether it's tonight or whether it's a little bit later down the line?
Well, I think you get a benefit of doing it in a game like this. To be completely honest, Herron is, 358th overall in the Sagarin strength of schedule, 365. You don't overlook anybody, but if there is a game for him to slowly work himself back in, this is the time and the place to do it. And, I think it's a matter of probably starting him because he's a senior, but getting him a couple of minutes, then getting him out pretty quick, giving him some rest, let him get his sea legs back, and then maybe by the fourth quarter or the next game in a couple of days against Monroe Central, you can kind of get rolling before that first sectional game on March 1st against Crystal House Manual.
Well, at least as it stands, and I know you might have mentioned this a little bit earlier just to start the broadcast, but at least as it stands, we can confirm now Roseman is going to get the start tonight from the book from Chatard. So he is going to be in that starting lineup. We'll go through full starters in a little bit, but you're right, Sean. It presents a great opportunity tonight, not only for Chatard to get back to their winning ways, but also for A.J. Roseman to get back into a groove as the postseason is right around the corner. We're going to step out for the first time here on our pregame show. When we come back, we'll have Sean's keys to the game, as well as a look at starters and the tip between the Biff Chatard Trojans and the Herron High School Achaeans. Back in just a moment on IndianaSRN.
Warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Welcome back to Biff Chatard High School, just right by Broad Ripple in Indianapolis. Jimmy Cook alongside Sean Kroll, Herron High School Achaeans and the Chatard Trojans set to do battle. Time to shift gears and turn towards one of my favorite parts of the pregame show. It's Sean's keys to the game.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. Keys of the game, I think, are very simple for Chatard. Do not overthink it. Sometimes you can overlook an opponent, as teenagers are wont to do. You've got to come out strong and put your foot on the gas and don't let it off. That's as simple as it goes. You've lost 7 in a row. Full go the whole time. If you're Herron, tempo. Keep it close. Keep it close. Keep it close. And hope you have a shot in the fourth quarter. That's basically what it's going to be rebounding. Mubuke for Herron, 6'6". He's the tallest guy on the floor. He's going to be a key for them. He has to stay out of foul trouble.
Those are Sean's keys to the game. We'll have starters for you here in just a second. Jimmy Cook alongside Sean Kroll. Sean, when you look at this Chatard team specifically, you mentioned in one of your keys basically trying to keep things simple, not overthink things. Mm-hmm. For Chatard, with this losing streak and adding Roseman, how much of that is a possession-by-possession outlook, and how much of it is a big picture, not just for tonight, but for the rest of the season, trying to get him involved and get him back into a rhythm?
I think when it comes to Roseman himself, it's a possession-by-possession outlook. Let's see what we can do, work the basketball through him, see how he's feeling in terms of his basketball shape. In terms of the team in general, it's a bigger picture look. Because you've got Monroe Central coming up and Crystal House Manual in the first game of sectional. You expect to win both those games, but you also didn't expect to lose 7 games in a row, especially with the way you started the season and the teams you beat earlier in the season that are really, really good.
On Herron's side of things, we mentioned it, losers of 2 straight and 4 of their last 5. They're also trying to get back to a winning method. You mentioned it in your keys, but what else do you need to see out of them in order to get back to winning ways and pull off their first win in about 6 years in this rivalry?
Well, Chatard's going to focus on Mubuke, but you need guys like Evan Veal and Trail Frierson and Ben Hazel to step up and be bigger scorers on the offensive end for them to have a shot tonight.
We're going to step away for the final time here in our pregame show. When we come back, we will have lineups and the tip between the Bishop Chatard Trojans at 13-7 on the year and the 9-11 Herron Achaeans. Stay with us. Just a couple minutes. We'll be back for the tip on IndianaSRN.
Needing to hire someone to take care of your loved one when you're away? Maybe your family member just needs someone to talk to when you're not around. Why not contact Indiana licensed Serenity Care Services? Call Angela, owner of Serenity Care Services, at 317-900-6202. Our team of trained and experienced personal care providers are licensed to serve seniors requiring companion care and light housekeeping services in Indianapolis and its 5 surrounding counties. Call us today at 317-900-6202. Now hiring qualified applicants.
Warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here at Chatard High School, let's take a look at the starters. First for the visiting Herron Achaeans at 9-11 on the year. At one guard, a 5'8" senior number 1, Evan Beal. At a senior and a forward slot, a 6'6" senior number 10, Tendo Mabuke. At another guard, a 5'11" junior number 20, Trail Fearson. At another guard, a 5'9" freshman number 25, Caden Jerebeck. And rounding them out, a forward and a junior at 6'2", Brandon Hazel. Head coach is Starlin Stevens, 23-21 in his second season at Herron. For the 13-7 Bishop Chatard Trojans, a senior, number 3, TJ Alexander, averaging 8 points per contest. At another guard, a senior, number 4, TJ Ford, averaging 3 points per game. Making his return to the active roster and the starting lineup, a 5'11" senior, number 5, AJ Roseman, averaging right around 16 points per night. At another guard, a 5'6" senior, number 10, Sylvester Williams, averaging 7 points per game. And rounding them out, a 5'11" senior guard, averaging 6.5 per contest, number 22, Carter St. John. Head coach of the Trojans is Kenny Roseman, 13-5 in his first year captaining Bishop Chatard, 71-76 in his 13-7 in his first year overall, 71-78 in his 7th season at the helm. Trojans in their home whites, blue numerals and letterings, and the black trim. Meanwhile, all black unis, white numerals and lettering, and the black trim for Herron High School. It'll be Tendo Mabuke at 6'6", set to jump it up here in just a moment with TJ Ford at 6'3". Beautiful, beautiful evening. Of course, the temperature is getting ready to plummet around Indiana, so enjoy it while you can. Just don't get blown away. A lot of wind outside walking in tonight.
If you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes.
Nice. Little separation. Got to make sure everybody's on their proper side of the line. Ball tap controlled and won by the Achaeans that were underway from Bishop Chatard High School. Risky pass, nearly turned over. Jerebeck had it. It was tipped.
Good defense there to start by Bishop Chatard in the man-to-man. And they're going to double-team Mabuke.
Skip pass inside. Beautiful ball movement, and a layup is good. Brandon Hazel gets it to go, and just like that, the Achaeans strike first.
And Sylvester Williams steps out of bounds when inbounding the basketball, so it goes right back to Herron.
And not the start you wanted for Bishop Chatard.
I'm not going to say your nickname. You said it so well, I'm not going to try it. So.
Skip pass. Working around the horn.
Some trap pressure.
Long three in the air, won't fall. Rebound and a second chance effort put in by Brandon Hazel. He has the first 4.
And he's almost got his average, 5.4 points per game. Not the start you wanted if you're Chatard.
See the answer here. Out of the Trojans, their first real offensive possession after turning it over just a second ago. Roseman in trouble, gives to Alexander, puts it on the deck, hangs, can't get it to go, and a rebound by the Achaeans. Herron coming to play here in the first 2 minutes. Jerebick, nearly a travel. They'll reset things.
Looking to get their defense to get their offense rolling here is Chatard.
Veal to Fearson. Fearson forced it inside, and Mabuke walked. He shuffled the feet, nearly got called for it on the far side early on in that possession. The officials catch it that time, and it'll go back to the Trojans.
Great job by Williams and Ford coming together for the trap to force that turnover without fouling. That's what's key.
Sylvester Williams, the senior, manning the point guard slot. Working around now over to Roseman, making his return. Sly gives to Roseman. Now Alexander. They work it around the horn. St. John skips. Open look. 3. Sly. Short. Rebound initially by Mabuke. He tried to push it ahead, but it's a turnover. Second and third chances not there for the Trojans. Here come the Achaeans up the other way. And another turnover. Left and right the turnovers go. A 4-on-3 bake to Roseman. And he lost that out of bounds. Make that an errant pass, rather. Either way, it's a turnover. And the Achaeans, as the dust clears, come out with the basketball.
Herron knows that even though he's back in his first game, Roseman is the guy they need to stop, and they've done that so far defensively.
Fearson for 3. Well short. Mabuke able to clear it. Fearson on the drive. Offensive foul. Sliding in to take the charge. Welcome back, A.J. Roseman.
He's not afraid to do that as Frierson got a little bit excited there as he got nice save there by Mabuke. I thought he stepped out of bounds, but he didn't. Great footwork.
Little 2-3 look now for the Achaeans. Long 3 left side. Barely hits the rim. Mabuke the board. And Veal will walk it up.
And again, this is, you got to stay positive and stay confident if you're Chatard, even though you're down 4-0 here. Almost 3 minutes to go in the game.
Double team, nearly a 5-second count. It's a timeout instead. Taken by Herron. Let's wait and see if it's a full or a 30. The 30-second timeout will stay here. With 5:20 left to go in this first quarter, the Achaeans of Herron High School on top Bishop Chatard by 4. Tonight's game is brought to you by Serenity Care Services. Serenity Care Services is a licensed service agency here in Indiana. We're the friendly, experienced team of caregivers you've been seeking. Call Angela today at 317-900-6202. Serenity Care Services, serving Indianapolis and the 5 surrounding areas. Look inside that Herron huddle. Way too early to be peppy, and there's no peppiness in that huddle. They're focused on the task at hand. Surprised to see him jump out to this early lead, Sean.
A little bit. I mean, again, some trepidation on Chatard's part, knowing what's taken place the last 7 games. Even though it's senior night, when they get the first bucket, you're kind of like, no, this isn't happening. And
Mabuke with the layup. Thought he might try to throw it down. Instead, a finger roll like a gentleman, and it's 6-0 Achaeans.
And now you're like, what is going on? You got to stay focused and positive.
Roseman to right the ship for 3. Won't fall on a rebound by Mabuke. We talked about going in, and no game is easy. There aren't no cupcake wins at this point in the season. But if you're looking for a game to try to get right and get back into winning ways, hesitation there by Veal. If you're a Chatard fan, you'd think it would be this game. Layup in the C parts wide open for Caden Jerebick, and it's 8-0 Achaeans. Chatard is looking for a bucket now. Roseman and 1, and that'll settle the waves just a tad as he has a chance for 3. But you talk about ways to get back on track. Sure, Herron could look at this and see a team that's flailing, losing 7 straight. We can end our losing streak. But for Chatard, you look at the series history between these two clubs. Started out annually in 13 and 14. Herron wins the first 3. Since then, all Chatard, they've won 6 straight. And on top of that, the average margin of victory has been 36 points, as Roseman can't get it to go there, and we're going to get a travel called against the Trojans. 3-point play not completed, so it's a 6-point advantage for the Achaeans. Point being, though, Sean, with all of the numbers I threw out there, Chatard sees this game on the schedule. At this point, after that loss to Ritter, you're thinking this is how we get back on track. And a nightmare start to open things.
It is, and I think part of it, too, is getting your big gun back in Roseman and kind of deferring to him early.
Mabuke with the layup.
As they're not playing much defense right now, as you also have Robert Davidson and Kevin Wells in for the Trojans. But you can't defer. You got to be who you are and play the way you play, regardless of who's in the lineup, and just take it strong to them.
Ben Wright in there. As Coach Kenny Roseman looking for a spark wherever he can get it. A.J. Roseman making his first game back, passes right side, mid-range, not there, and a loose ball foul is going to go against Herron, I believe. That shot was by Kevin Wells. So Frierson with the foul, his second.
That's two quick ones.
Pass inside. They had inside positioning. Partially kicked. Reverse layup goes. Wade McAllister able to get it to go.
Man, you've only got one starter still in for Chatard, and it's A.J. Roseman because he needs the reps. But I think Coach Roseman is looking for some guys that are going to play defense because Herron's gotten way too many easy looks.
Hot potato with the basketball, and its last touch by the Achaeans. Defense starting to tighten up a little bit on the part of the Trojans.
That's what they need for sure. They need empty possessions for the Achaeans and some fruitful ones on their end.
Roseman now right, back to Roseman. Catch and shoot three in the air, off the mark. Rebound skying high for it there was McAllister. Back out left side, three is pure. Kevin Wells off the bench. The senior knocks it down, and the Trojans are within three.
You got to be feeling a little bit better now after that first three goes down. Now we'll see what this trap pressure can do to Herron and their ball handlers.
Yeah, how do they answer on a couple minutes here without a basket? It's a 5-0 run by the Trojans. They get a foul here on Biz Chatard.
See the replay here. Nice kick out by McAllister for the three ball.
Robert Davidson picks up the personal. In trouble, nearly a turnover. Long three-pointer. Caden Jerebeck off the mark. Here come the Trojans, a potentially tie.
Up blocked, Mubuke. Wells went for another three ball. Mubuke said, not tonight.
Jerebeck. Frierson. Now Veal trying to find a weakness in its defensive look. No dice so far. Jerebeck around a screen, drives right at Davidson. Teardrop floater and one. No, it's an offensive foul. And guess who? The second time tonight, A.J. Roseman's taking the charge.
Great job by Roseman. And that's what you love with this squad is when your best player makes those kind of plays. That will lift your team up and get guys to play harder.
Carter St. John set to trigger in a 5-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes by the Trojans to make this a three-point game. And it's been a scoring drought over that same span for Herron after leading as high as 10-2. Number 22, KJ Brantley, is checked into the game for Herron. Nearly a steal by Veal. Chatard lucky, almost walked into a trap again. St. John skip, corner, three, Wells. That time he left it short. Davidson saves it to Roseman. Beautiful ball movement, St. John, Roseman, give and go, three. Not that time. McAllister right there for a putback attempt. He'll head to the line for two.
They better hope it is on Mubuke. That's his first.
The key and personal foul number 10, Tendo Mubuke, his first, team foul number 5. At the line.
Roseman's still feeling his jump shot out a little bit. He's been short on it. And that's a game situation thing you got to get used to. But taking the two charges, he's been a spark for them.
Hey, I'm totally fine, and I think Trojans fans feel the same way. I'm totally fine with a volume shooting night from A.J. Roseman. Even if you only win this by a couple, as long as you get the win, if you see 15, 20 shots from Roseman tonight, as long as he's getting his rhythm in game, that's what you want to see out of him.
Yeah, as long as he starts to get a feel. As you don't mind if he misses his first few, but as the game goes on, if he starts to feel it more, then
lane violation is called against Chatard. We'll go to Herron, so the score remains 10-7. And we'll see Caden Jerebeck walk it up. Jumping the passing lane is McAllister, 3-on-1. McAllister gets it right back from Davidson. and Wade now has 4. It's a 1-point game.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the press earlier. This on-ball pressure may cause issues for Herron.
It's a 7-0 run by the Trojans. Very risky pass. Mabuke nearly traveled, and a late whistle. He's going to get the right call there as he walked with it.
The first few possessions, the on-ball pressure defense didn't really affect them because they got rid of the ball quickly. They passed it around and didn't dribble it a ton. Now with the full court pressure, you're kind of seeing how the ball handlers handle it, and Chatard wants to attack.
Roseman will walk it up. $1:15 left in this opening quarter. Trojans desperately trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. High shot off the mark by Davidson. Rebound is cleared by Mabuke. He's going to show off the handles here. Noah wisely get it to a guard. You always think, particularly in today's game, maybe the lengthy big is going to try to show what he can do. Mabuke adjusts and one. No, it will count. Thought it was going to be an offensive foul. That one will be on the bucket. Mabuke gets it to go, and a chance for the old-fashioned 3. McAllister's going to pick up the personal. Give credit to Mabuke putting his head down and going to get a bucket.
Way too many guys up at the top for the pressure, left numbers down low. Mabuke took advantage of it. Strong to the basket, good confidence, not afraid to go in there and get dirty.
That ends the 7-0 run by the Trojans and also ends the nearly 4-minute scoring drought by Herron. Free throw is missed, however. 6 points for Mabuke, 3-point lead for the Trojans. St. John receives it. Nice fake pass. Gives it up. Wells a 3. To the left. Put back. Made by Rob Davidson. 1-point game.
The big thing for Chatard is there's no 10-point shot. Just get your possessions. Score when you can. Do this right now.
McKeon's in trouble. Roseman, bounce pass. Davidson fouled and one. Rob Davidson, a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play, and for the first time this evening, the Trojans are in front.
Perfect trap position, had him right there cornered, nowhere else to go. Couldn't go through the double team. Turnover in the and one, that's exactly what you need. It's what the doctor ordered.
We're 0 for 3 so far tonight for both teams on potential 3-point plays being converted.
Yeah, 0 for 3 total on free throws. That's not good either.
Final 15 seconds. That might be off the leg. No, it will not be. I thought it was going to be off the leg of KJ Bradley. Instead, it'll stay with the Achaeans with 13.5 left here in the first. Bradley with the trigger man. That's a tough place to inbound there, that far sideline corner right in front of the student section. He's able to get it in. And Mabuke with 10. Now Veal.
You got Twin Towers in with Mabuke and Fryer.
Jerbeck nearly lost it. Trojans got to get it up. They will not get a shot up. Buzzer sounds, and that'll end our first quarter of play. It wasn't the prettiest of quarters for Chatard, and it wasn't the prettiest second half of first quarters by Herron. But as that dust clears, it's Chatard 13, Herron 12. Quarter number 2 up next on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Welcome back to Chatard High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Sean Kroll. Start of the second quarter. Trojans lead 13-12. A lob, and the layup is missed. Davidson, I think, wanted the slam, but he was too far away, had to settle for the layup. Trojans will maintain possession, however. Williams turns it over. Numbers for the Achaeans. Mabuke lost it. Both teams exchange turnovers. Out in front, Davidson lays it up and in. Largest lead of the evening at 3 for the Trojans.
Davidson's played really well, and A.J. Roseman's on the bench now, so let's see what Chatard can do now defensively and offensively with him on the pine.
Bradley, wild drive. Rebound, Mabuke. No. Board secured by Ford. Roseman says, let's push. Alexander up ahead. St. John now. Surveys the scene.
Man, I thought Alexander had a lane there if he kept going towards the bucket.
Kind of like what Coach Roseman was yelling for. St. John skip pass. Beautiful ball movement. St. John not settling. Finds a look for Sly Williams. That's wide of the mark. Rebound for Greer. Keans quickly up ahead. Veal, catch and shoot, 3. Off the iron. Davidson, quickly, some contact. They say play on.
Oh.
Robert Davidson got the shot to go anyway.
Davidson's been a spark for them.
A timeout taken by Herron. Full timeout will take one as well. 6:27 left to play in this first half. Trojans on a run. They lead by 5.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back. A look at the Herron Achaeans huddle. Trailing by 5, 17-12. Early stages of the second quarter alongside Sean Kroll. I'm Jimmy Cook. Want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use for audience. The use of pictures, video, or audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Sean, we've seen lackluster offense for the Achaeans. In fact, since the 4.5-minute mark of the first quarter, just 2 points registered by Herron. Very fortunate to only be down by 5.
They are, but I think that's a factor of the fact that, if I can say that any more times, fact, you know, it's been Chatard's defense has really kind of turned up the screws, if you will, on these Achaeans and forced a bunch of turnovers.
Hazel. They skip to Bradley. Now Veal. Extra pass. Jerebick didn't want to take it. Mabuke comes up for it. Wild passes left and right. Bradley in trouble. Good cut and a good idea with a finish. Brandon Hazel came for the basketball and then rose and fired for the mid-range.
Final from earlier on the Family of Networks. Central Christian 53, Traders Point 45. Also going on concurrently, Covenant Christian 14, Bethesda Christian 10, end of 1.
Alexander to St. John. Of course, all that information on IndianaSRN.org. TJ Ford, the quick shot.
We got loads of sports coming for you this next week. Between college basketball and sectional and then swimming finals, man. You want sports, you want high school and college sports, IndianaSRN is a place to go.
No doubt about that. Follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. And an over and back is going to be the call on Mabuke. Also online, IndianaSRN.org. Of course, you'd like to help out right around sectional time. Let's put more kids on the air, particularly as we shift gears into the spring sports season as well. You can contact Coach via email. That's coach@IndianaSRN.org or on IndianaSRN.org. Click on that donate button. Long three in the air is short. Rebound Achaeans. They trail by 5. You're under 5 to play. Veal gets the shot to go. His first basket of the evening. Wild shot there by the Trojans.
Roseman short again. Still kind of get that feel back, but you'll take it.
Veal. Keans only down by 3. Bradley. Now Veal back to Bradley. Mabuke looks baseline, forces the issue. Extra pass inside. It's stolen away. Good defense there by Davidson. Roseman. They work it around. Alexander all alone for 3. Halfway down and out.
Did everything but go down.
Bradley. Veal hesitated. Now Jerebic controls. Mabuke leaves it. Quick passes, but not a lot of ground covered. Forced a shot off the back iron. Won't drop there for Hazel. Rebound ripped away by Chatard. Roseman, Euro, floater. Off the mark. He could not corral the board, but they'll say last touch by Herron.
I don't think Herron wants to get in an up-and-down game with this Chatard team at all. I think what they did in the beginning of the first quarter, ball possession, good passing, is exactly how they can win this basketball game. Good, smart basketball, drain the clock, get a good shot. If they get up and down, it could be lights out here pretty quickly.
Tried to catch everybody napping, and they did on the inbound. Wade McAllister gets it to go down. He now has 6.
Yeah, that was a great inbounds play. McAllister will take that every day of the week.
Veal measuring this defense. They trail by 5. Bounce feed inside. Scoop layup got the friendliest of rolls. Brandon Hazel gets to go. He now has 8 to lead the way for the Achaeans.
Nice pick and roll there with Hazel.
It was very slow moving, but it did get the job done. Roseman for 3. That's short. You mentioned it, Sean. He's still trying to find that rhythm. Doesn't have the legs underneath him.
Yeah, he's been short all night, but it'll come.
Veal got a screen. Jerebic thought he might pull there for a second. Nearly lost it. He does. Mabuke there. Veal, baseline. A nice feed. And a tough pass. Once again, it's Hazel. He now has 10.
Got a nose for the bucket, does that young man. That was not a smart pass.
Turned over. Here come the Achaeans. A chance to retake the lead. Long 3. Won't go. Rebound taken by the Trojans. Currently a 4-0 run for the Achaeans. Roseman with some body contact. Gets it to go. A.J. Roseman now with 4. He scored in each quarter. Lead back to 3.
Maybe a shot like that will kind of get him rolling. See it and go through the hoop.
Jerebic. Right at Alexander. Mabuke, baseline. Teardrop is true.
Boy, anything within 6 to 8 feet, they've knocked down everything tonight, has Herron. That's helped them stay in this game.
Long 3 is good. Alexander's first triple of the night.
He's been on target. It's just been a matter of length, and he got that one and nailed it. Knocked it down.
26-22. Nearly a turnover. It'll stay on this end with 1:14 to go in the second. Look back at the 3. Just great find from St. John.
And I skip pass over to Alexander and finally knocked one down from the opposite side. Most of them have been on the right side of the arc, if you will.
Only 1:14 to go in this first half, but a reminder, any fouls the rest of the way outside of player control by the Achaeans would lead to free throws. Veal nearly lost it. A lot of trouble there to work out of for Frierson. It'll stay on this end once again. 1:06 to go in the half.
You've got to love the defensive effort if you're Coach Roseman, because they're really getting after it defensively. Herron's done a great job of knocking everything 10 feet in. You got to imagine at some point water finds its level and some of those won't go down.
Veal has a screen if he wants it. Mabuke matching up with McAllister, and a blocking foul was the call, only the 3rd foul against the Trojans. So it'll merely be a baseline inbound.
That's a pretty quick first step from Mabuke there. McAllister didn't really have a shot, tried to use the baseline as a defender, but just couldn't get his feet over there in time.
The length and ball handling ability of bigs today, very helpful. Long 3-pointer, an open look for Hazel. He left it way short. It's an air ball. 26-22.
He might hear that a couple times the rest of the game.
Could be. Akean's going to let him roll it. Top of the zone. Roseman. How deliberate will the Trojans be with a 4-point lead in pocket?
This zone seems to have worked for Herron so far, but if Chatard can start knocking down some shots, they're going to have to stretch it out even a little bit further.
McAllister, make that St. John rather. Skip pass. Alexander. 3 is good. TJ Alexander's second 3 of the quarter. The lead is up to 7. Less than 30 seconds to play in the half.
That was a huge shot because it was up and over Mabuke, who was coming after it. He got a block earlier in the quarter.
Mabuke. Jerabek, it's a steal. Alexander with 7. Scoop layup is good. Akean's got to hurry. Mabuke with 4. Mabuke with 2. Mabuke running floater, and he's fouled in the act. That's going to be in the act of shooting. It's going to go on McAllister, I believe. That's his third personal as well, so that's double whammies all over the place. Look back at the Alexander 3.
Those will make you pull your hair out as a coach with 0.7 of a second to go.
First free throw off the mark for Mabuke. Just a 50% free throw shooting team are the Akeans. One more. Only thing you're looking for here is a tip if he misses it. Off the mark. No tip to be had.
Not a single made free throw in the first half.
Hey, that's something. It's something to talk about.
For either team.
Don't see that very often, but you did see it in the first half of this matchup between the Akeans and the Trojans. Sean, just some thoughts, both sides of the court. First with the visiting Akeans. You jump out to a nice early lead, about 10-2 your advantage, and since then it's primarily been all Trojans. How do you get back into this game?
Boy, that's going to be a tough one because you got to find a way to get some turnovers on Chatard. Their ball handling is really strong. I don't know if you want to press them because if you get an up and down game, again, we talked about that, Chatard's going to be tough to beat. I think you just got to get good, smart shots and then have good defensive stops and hope Chatard continues to struggle outside of Alexander from outside the arc.
This was at one point 23-22. An 8-0 run to close for the Trojans, and they outscore the Akeans by 8, 18-10 in that second quarter. We're going to step away. When we come back, we'll have the start of the third quarter, plus Sean's keys to third quarter success. That and more after this on IndianaSRN.
Today, greed, selfish interest, and barefaced corruption seem all the fashion. America needs great men of tolerance who can give honest debate to the great issues of the day. I'm seeing mostly squabbling, men squandering their time, being wolves to one another. Yet, I'm not without hope. We still have Freemasonry. Yes, the same Freemasons that helped create this country have always provided great men when needed. And today, in every city and town in America, Freemasonry is still providing that special place where young men can find their greatness and accomplished men can give something back. Yes, in this time of great hope, it is my hope that America will see that Freemasonry is a national treasure that cannot be separated from our country's future.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
How about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I get her, not solo.
You see what I did?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Chatard High School. Just a couple of seconds left before the start of the third quarter. I'm Jimmy Cook alongside the great Sean Kroll. Sean, take a look at some keys for both sides. First for the visiting Achaeans. You kind of talked about it just before we went to break at halftime, but how did they jump back into this thing down 9?
Exactly the way they started the game was strong possessions, a lot of good passes, getting good looks down low, and then allowing Chatard to kind of get themselves in their own mess offensively. The thing about that, though, is Chatard kind of came out of that in the second quarter. They started getting into a better flow. Those threes by Alexander were huge to end the first half, because now Herron's got to be aware of that. They got to stretch that zone defense a little bit further. Maybe that'll allow Chatard some looks down low themselves and get some easy buckets.
Achaeans will start with the basketball to open this final quarter. Currently on the wrong end of an 8-0 run dating back to quarter number 2. Jerebic looks inside, nothing going there. Aggressive man-to-man look to start by the Trojans.
And they got to watch some of those passes at the top of the key because Alexander is timing those really well.
Jerebic controls far left. Matched up with Alexander. Mabuke, nothing going there. Same 5 that started the game out there for both teams. Almost a block. Putback is there, and that ends the run. Guess who? Brandon Hazel, he now has 12.
Great job on the pick and roll. Jerebic didn't get it to Hazel, but the missed shot, nobody covered Hazel, and he got the easy putback.
Roseman. Long 3 off the back iron. Rebound Akean. So they got a bucket, they got to stop, and now an opportunity to try to chip away at the lead further.
I don't think you're very happy with that shot if you're Coach Roseman.
DeVille. Now Frierson. Back to Veal. He'll step into a 3. That's just short. Rebound Ford. Alexander up ahead. Give and go. Full speed. Beautiful bounce inside, and a hand check going to be the call against Trail Frierson, his 3rd.
Yeah, that's not what you want if you're Coach Stevens getting an early 3rd foul on Frierson. He hasn't scored yet, and he's, 5 points per game, a long 3 there.
That's off the mark. Akean's looking to push. Veal has some space. Could not find the driving angle. Long 3. 0 for 2 on triples so far in this half for the Akeans. Frierson matched up with Roseman. Jerebic. Mabuke on the deck. Nobody home. It's a steal by Roseman. AJ to Sly. Williams, wild layup, won't go. Roseman the follow. 7 points now for AJ Roseman in his return to the active roster for BC. Lead now 9.
Great heads-up play there by Roseman to follow the shot.
Beautiful drive from Trail Frierson. His first basket of the ball game.
Roseman's getting going down low. Maybe that'll help his outside shot as we're putting the track shoes on.
Got that one to fall. He now has 9. Frierson matched up with St. John. Hazel has had himself a day. Jerebic's pass was tipped right to Veal. It's an air ball. St. John to Roseman. Beautiful cut and an extra pass to boot. It leads to the layup from TJ Ford. Might see a Herron timeout here soon. The lead's 11.
That was a great look to find Ford down on the blocks. Like you said, the extra pass was beautiful.
Hazel contested jump shot, and he's fouled on the wrist by Sly Williams.
Man, you just those not smart fouls will drive you crazy as a coach. Hazel really hasn't hit anything outside of 10 feet. He's kind of out on the wing there. Let him shoot it, see if it goes in or not. But, man, don't give him freebies.
First one off the mark. A look back. These beautiful passes from the Trojans.
Great look there from Williams to Ford. And are we going to see? Yes, we have our first free throw man in the night.
Very excited about that.
I was very excited. Free throws are an important part of the game.
13 points for Hazel.
It's like special teams in football. It's third phase.
Got to have all 3. Very important. Alexander for 3. That's good. TJ Alexander, his 3rd triple of the evening. He now has 11. Lead up to 13.
He's feeling pretty good now. Knocked 3 in a row down.
Akean searching for answers. This is the Trojans team we expected to see to start this game.
You cannot trade baskets with Chatard from now on. You've got to figure out a way to get some kind of run.
Beal got some separation, puts his head down, and it's stolen away. Alexander's going to have a run to the rim and lays it up and in. 13 now for him, my apologies.
He may double his average tonight. Great night for the senior with his parents in tow. Oh, there it is.
Roseman slam time, lays it up and in instead. And a timeout taken by the Achaeans. Is it a full or a 30? It's a 30-second timeout. We will stay here. 3:43 left to play here in the third. 44-27 Trojans. Tonight's game is brought to you by IHSAA Foundation. Subscribe to their newsletter, The Advocate, at IHSAAfoundation.org. Thanks to the IHSAA Foundation for what they're doing for our student athletes. Also by Family Source Insurance. At Family Source Insurance, we have you covered. Auto, home, life, or business. Call Pat Cherry to get a quote today at 317-884-8046. Look to Family Source Insurance for all your needs. That's 317-884-8046. Or go to their website at www.familysourceinsurance.com.
Updated score halftime on the family of networks. Covenant Christian 25, Bethesda Christian 16.
A game we'll keep an eye on as things continue to develop.
Got a lot going on Friday on IndianaSRN, but right now we got a lot going on here as there's another turnover.
Out of the timeout, no less. Alexander had a kill switch engaged on that three, but could not get it to fall.
Had the heat check going.
Tip pass. It will go back to the Trojans. Another miscommunication by Herron. We talked about a nightmare start to the first quarter for the Trojans, a nightmare start for the Achaeans here in quarter number 3.
13-5 so far for Chatard in this third quarter, and that is definitely not what you wanted coming out of the locker room if you're the Achaeans.
Davidson leaves it right side. Alexander again. His fourth triple, second here in this half. Having himself a night from downtown.
That's definitely a way to go out on your senior night.
Give him 16 on the evening.
It's on Davidson, his second. Yeah, this pressure defense has really wreaked havoc for Herron.
And we talked about it going in. It's been 6 straight in this series for the Trojans and an average margin of victory of around 36 points. Floater off the mark. Rebound tapped around, taken by St. John. He's able to get free. Off to the races. St. John leaves it to Wells. Roseman at the top, puts his head down, bounce feed, Davidson, some contact, and one! Robert Davidson got the home, rims a rolling, and a chance for 3 at the line.
Great job by Roseman, driving in the lane, pulling the defender in, then dishing it nice and pretty to Davidson, and a great move by Davidson to get up and absorb the contact, still get the shot off, and let it roll in for the N1.
10 points for Davidson. And a chance for 3, and also to make Sean happy. Got to get a free throw.
Got to get
on
really
the Trojan side.
Oh.
Can't do it. Off the mark. No free throws made yet. Correct by Chatard tonight.
That is correct.
Still looking for their first free throw, but they'll take the 22-point lead in exchange, I am quite certain.
Only 0 for 2, though, so you can't complain a ton.
Bradley matched up with St. John. Frierson gives to Jerebick. This drought continues for the Achaeans. Mabuke, count the basket.
Woo-hoo. I thought that was going to be a charge, but they got it on Davidson.
That's his.
Nope. They gave it to Wells.
Good eye on you. Mabuke a chance to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sean. Did Hazel? Hazel did not. He shot 2 free throws. No one's completed a three-point play yet.
That is correct, yes.
Mabuke, I believe, has had an opportunity tonight. Did not do it. He does it there. 11 points now for Mabuke. Ends the drought. Lead is still 19. St. John working in the lane. Finds a cutting Wells. Kicks it back out. Ben Wright's out there now. St. John to Wells. Hesitates, floats in the air, and scores it. But no, it's going to be an offensive, or travel rather, against the Trojans. Good eye there, Sean.
I got a feeling if we walked into Chatard's locker room right now, there might be some paint peeling off the walls after that halftime talk by Coach Roseman. They've come out possessed.
Mabuke falling away, in and out. Rebound, though, great find by Cameron Overton. Crashing the glass, his first points of the night. Up ahead, Davidson wanted another bite at the apple for a three-point play. Could not get it to go. He'll have to just earn the 2 points the hard way.
Bite of the apple, that's a new one. Did you just
roll with the flow?
No, well, we've worked a lot.
We have.
I don't remember hearing that one before,
have.
and I like it.
Thank you. One more, make it two more rather for Davidson. Free throw is good.
There we go.
And sample size is growing now on these free throw attempts for the Trojans. Cole Weber into the game for BC. Both free throws good for Davidson.
Oh, a 2 free throw trip.
A rarity in this game. 12 points for him. Mabuke quickly up ahead. A lot of contact. They say play on. Wells to Davidson. He wanted to throw it down. Couldn't get the full step in his jump, though, but the basket counts all the same.
They'll take it. It went through.
14 for him. Leading out at 21. And a steal. Up ahead. He stepped on the sideline, the officials say. In great position to make that call.
They are turning up the heat on that pressure. And just like the roads in Indiana, Herron is not really adjusting very well.
Loose ball, bounce feed, Wells hangs, no. Rebound, Akeans. 67 seconds to go in this first quarter. Jerebic, laser pass. It falls around. Bradley, right side, Jerebic, three, short. Didn't follow the shot. Up ahead, Williams. Less than a minute now. Wright wants some points. Right to the basket and put him on the line. The senior, Ben Wright, off the bench, and a chance for three.
Gotta love it, getting all the seniors involved. Has there been a senior that hasn't scored yet?
I don't have
St. John.
Do you have Williams?
Oh, Williams
Sly has not scored.
Williams and St. John haven't scored yet.
Got a whole quarter to make that happen. And one opportunity for Ben Wright. Trying to convert one for the Trojans. Left it short. 45 seconds to go in this third quarter. Mabuke is fouled at half court. Fourth team foul on the Trojans. Jerebic.
Think they're going to hold for one here?
There's no disrespect, but it's a moot point right now for the Akeans. I just want to score as many points as possible. Floater up and in from Mabuke.
He's had a really good game.
13 for him. 55-34. Akeans in need of a stop here. And the Trojans, I think, likely hold it for one if they can. Williams down the lane. A pass inside. Layup is missed by Weber. Jump ball tie up. Well, let's see where the arrow goes. It'll stay on this end. 5.6 to play in the third.
Nice look, though, to get it to Weber right under the bucket. Couldn't convert it. But Mabuke did a great job of getting the jump ball.
Coach Roseman going to call a timeout. He wants to draw something up. See if it's a 30 or a full. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here with 5.6 to play in the third, and the Trojans up by 21. Tonight's game is brought to you by IHSAA officials. Get involved in the game. Become an IHSAA official today by contacting Sandra Walter. Going online to ihsaa.org/officials. Stay in shape and make some extra money while you're at it. Training classes have been starting for the spring season. Jump in right now. Contact Sandra Walter today at 317-846-6601. Alongside Sean Kroll, I'm Jimmy Cook. I'll look back at some of the highlights from this second half. Some beautiful passing and ball movement by the Trojans.
Yeah, they've gotten really good looks down close to the bucket. You know, you love those bunnies, especially when they go in. They make you rip your hair out when they don't. But the three-point shooting of T.J. Alexander has been huge for them tonight.
Williams looks to inbound, gets it into Wright. Wright with 4, Wright with 2, all the way to the cup. The layup is good for the senior at the horn. Ben Wright with 4 points in the quarter, enjoying a little bit of senior night. All smiles for the Trojans at the end of that third quarter. They lead it by 23. The final frame, the fourth quarter, is up next on IndianaSRN.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here for the final quarter at Bishop Chatard High School. Alongside Sean Kroll, I'm Jimmy Cook. 57-34 your score. Advantage Chatard. Achaeans of Herron with the basketball, trailing by 23. And a turnover out of bounds back to BC.
Updated score end of the third quarter. Covenant Christian 38, Bethesda Christian 28.
You can find that on the IndianaSRN family of networks on IndianaSRN.org. St. John, a nice crossover. High pass to Davidson. In trouble. They'll reset things. We're keeping track of this if you're celebrating seniors. Sly Williams and Carter St. John, the only seniors on the floor right now that have not scored in this ball game. Again, not that that matters. It's a celebration of seniors. It's their accomplishments over the course of their 4-year career. What really matters, Davidson with the layup there. But if you're wanting to have that little badge of scoring honor, just something to keep an eye on.
That's a nice little dish from Sly Williams, dropping the dime right there to Davidson. That's pretty.
16 points now for Davidson off the assist from Sly. The lead is ballooned to 25. Some contact, no call. Bradley forces inside of Mabuke. Nice move, and he got free for the layup.
Good game for him as Benjamin Etchiker is in now for Herron.
15 from Mabuke and a foul on the floor.
That'll be on Etchiker.
Personal foul whistled on Herron, Benjamin Eichacker, his first, team's fifth.
So Eichacker picks up the personal.
or that.
Roseman, Mabuke make that, Sly Williams rather, nice drive and kick. They love working inside of Davidson. You can tell a nice chemistry build there with Sly and Davidson.
But, great job by both guys because Williams has been able to get down low on the blocks, and Davidson's found a way to get open to give him an opportunity to dish him the ball and get those up-close looks.
Yeah, to your point, just great moving without the basketball.
Yes.
17 points now for Robert Davidson. (60-34) your score.
Mabuke.
Make that 36 rather. Is this a Davidson slam?
Oh.
No, could not get it to go. The junior wanted the in-game dunk. Not to be. St. John. Pass inside. Sly. Roseman the cut. Saves it right to Davidson, but it's turned over. Greer has it. Now here's my question, Sean.
Yes.
You've been, at the very least, our competitive levels, we've been on a bench before in some capacity.
Yes.
whether it's grade school, high school, we've been on the bench for. You know somewhere how your buddy's doing, or you know scoring-wise, or you can easily find that out.
100%.
For a senior night at the high school level, not as much college level, but high school level, at what point do they say, hey, Sly doesn't have a basket yet. Let's run some action for him? Or do you think that's not the philosophy of this program, and it's just let it play as it goes? There's a travel. It'll go back to the Achaeans.
Now that we're at this point with the score, where it's at and the time left, I think you're like, let's get him a bucket.
Sure.
At least that would be my philosophy. Now, the coach didn't think too positively of that, then, it is what it is.
Eichacker lost the ball. Pass up ahead. Layup is there for Alexander. And now, jokingly here, this is me. I'm reading the room. I don't think they know. Because if they knew, I think Alexander would dish it there
100%
to Sly to get the basket.
But who knows? Maybe we don't know what Alexander's career high is either.
That's true. He could be chasing. That's fair. Alexander again, and this time the layup is good.
And he may be well on his way to it. I've got him for 20. Unofficially.
Posting a 20-burger. Always good to see. And they're going to get Sly with a hand check. And we have a sub at the table as well. Here's the other key. If a senior gets pulled here, then you also know that they do not know. But it's a senior getting pulled, Kevin Wells coming in, the other senior we mentioned. He got a 3 in the first quarter, so he's down. And he comes over TJ Alexander, who's had himself a scoring night, and is a senior getting his roses from the fans in attendance.
Yeah, I think that's why Sly was trying to get the steal there at the top of the key. So
sure.
He'd get a runaway and get his easy bucket.
4:20 to go. Long 3 is good.
Eichacker.
His first basket of the ball game. Roseman sets for 3. That's good, and that's what you want to see. A.J. Roseman back in the lineup, back in the active roster from injury. Finally gets a triple to go.
Oh, everybody breathed a sigh of relief there. That's a huge, they may be up this much, but that's a huge sigh of relief from the Chatard faithful, seeing him knock that 3 down.
Mabuke in the lane gets a friendly roll.
Mabuke.
Roseman gives to St. John. St. John hanging around, slide down the lane, off the window. He's going to get a chance to go to the line. So here's the aspect we've been talking about. You want to see everybody get in the scorebook. Ideally, all your seniors anyway, get in the scorebook. Sly Williams has the chance. Came in about a 75% free throw shooter. On the year, he will have 2.
And that would just leave St. John.
There it is. Williams in the scorebook. All but one senior has scored. At this point,
but see that 5 there by Roseman makes me think, but St. John took a seat on the bench.
And that's, to me, I don't think they know. But I will say, if I'm going to call out anybody here, I would call out the guy that's whoever's keeping the book right now.
Yes.
You got to know.
Your assistant coach.
Coach, St. John's the only senior that hasn't scored.
That's the job of the head coach has no clue. He's just coaching.
Oh, yeah, not at all.
That's the assistant coach's job, yeah.
So here's the question. Was anybody going to realize that, and will we see St. John again in the 3.5 remaining?
I think so.
Not, but we'll see. Skip pass. Long 3 in the air. In and out. Rebound taken initially. It's going to be out of bounds. Back to the Trojans.
We got Nolan Stifler in now.
Sounds like he's emptying the seniors.
I hope his mom's okay. Stifler. Didn't get that at all. You've never seen the movie American Pie?
I have, long time
though.
Long time though.
Wells scored.
Mid-range is good.
Some people out there are laughing right now. I guarantee it.
I guarantee you as well. In terms of iconic pop culture movies, American Pie right up there for sure.
Right up there, yeah. I couldn't help it.
Baseline drive with some contact. It'll send KJ Bradley to the charity stripe.
And that is on Stifler. You know, to be honest with you, I'm surprised A.J. Roseman's still playing.
Yeah, as am I.
He's gotten his feel back, gotten some rhythm, got that three-point shot down now. He's been hurt.
I will say I go back and forth with that, right? And I think it's a very hindsight, and he might be coming out right now, so it might not matter.
That was a Steph Curry shot right there.
On the drive, layup is good. Mabuke having himself a game. 2.5 to go.
I wonder why, gosh, I hope we don't get a timeout here with 17 seconds to go. That could
long three
cause issues.
Man, having to do Javon Howard dirty on the way out. Skip pass left side.
I think Stevens and Roseman are better men than that.
Hey, as long as you're not pressing,
Well, that's what Herron was doing.
But Herron, yeah, I guess that's fair. That's fair.
Trojan personal foul, 21, Nolan Stifler, his second, team foul number 7. Stepping to the line for the
So I got the obscure references,
You're throwing them left and right.
I am.
At least that one was, in the last 10 years.
All right. I see how it is. Get a good look there at Mike Harmon up against, holding the wall up there, the baseball coach. Get ready for baseball season.
I would say 10 years is pretty kind on my end. I could have gone further. 10 years, I think, was nice.
No, I know. I understand it. Good thing I don't look my age, so.
And let's see.
What was that?
Look, it might have been. Well, it couldn't have been 10 seconds, so I'm not sure what the call was.
Was it the clock didn't start?
Could be. 2 minutes even. Ben Wright will bring it up. The last senior's still out there. Skip pass, corner three. Drew Knapp is good. He's appeared in only a handful of games this year, averages about a point a night, gets a triple into the box score.
Good job by him.
Floater off the mark. Rebound, Scotty Semler. Knapp. Skip. Right. Three. Same spot.
Oh.
In and out. And an over the back. Going to be the call. Making a loose ball foul is going to be the call against the Trojans. And that's going to activate the bonus. So we're going to shoot a 1-1.
That's interesting because Wright's already knocked down a couple of buckets. But now we're empty in the bench. All the seniors, I believe, with the exception of Kevin Wells, off the court. Bouquet.
First free throw good.
Big night for him. 22 from Bouquet.
22 points for Bouquet.
Now Wells is out, so all the seniors are
I believe, cleared out as well, as you mentioned. Final 90 seconds in this one. All Trojans outside of that early 10-2 opening by the Achaeans. Long three in the corner. That's knocked down.
Aiden Ortega. They're going deep on the bench.
Always means, in my mind, that's a successful senior night.
Yes.
Able to empty out the bench.
And they can cheer on the guys that go with them and go at them at practice every day. You got to love it for those guys.
Jerabek. Fee is a turnover. Under a minute to go. Will the Trojans just dribble this out?
Who hasn't scored yet that's on the floor?
Got a couple names out there.
Semler hasn't.
Skip, long three is good. Another one for Aiden Ortega.
Wow.
Why not a couple threes for him for the road? Final 15 seconds.
See if we can get somebody from Herron that hasn't scored a bucket here.
Love with 4 seconds. Bradley, skip pass. Jarabek at the horn. Will it count? If it goes, they'll count the basket. I don't know about that. That was pretty close. But they will count the basket. So it ends with a Archeans 3. That'll make it 80-52, the final. A 28-point win for the Trojans. We're going to step away. We come back. We'll look ahead at upcoming broadcast, and a little later, player of the game honors, and we'll wrap things up. Chatard victorious on senior night here on IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Welcome back to Chatard High School. A nice display of faith and sportsmanship happening at center court. Chatard victorious 80-52, the final. They improved to 14-7 on the year. Sean, we got plenty of events upcoming on the IndianaSRN family of networks.
Yes, sir, we do. On Friday, Seton Catholic at Central Christian, 6:30 start. And IHSAA swimming starting at 6 p.m. But then we go to the college men's semifinals of the Heartland Conference tourney. Hanover versus Transy at 5 o'clock. Rose-Hulman versus Franklin at 7. All on HCAC.tv. And the women's side, Transy ranked 4th in the nation versus Rose-Hulman at 5. Anderson versus Bluffton at 7. On Saturday, the IHSAA swimming finals to be announced. And the HCAC men's and women's finals both at 6 o'clock. Sunday, we got a little 8th grade CYO championships going on, yeah. And then on Tuesday, sectional time starts. We got 3 games, Park Tudor versus Heritage Christian, Cecina versus Covenant Christian, Central Christian versus Lutheran. And then on Friday night, we are at 4 sectionals. Park Tudor, Lebanon, Greenfield Central, and Bethesda Christian.
Crazy, crazy times, but we're ready for it on the IndianaSRN family of networks. Go to IndianaSRN.org for all those times and listings. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Got to hand out a player of the game. A shout out, even though he's not going to get it because he's on the losing side of things. But Tendo Mabuke, 23 points for the Achaeans in the losing effort. Really made an impact in that first half. Player of the game on the Trojan side of things. Sean, I will defer to you.
TJ Alexander. Big threes there in the second quarter and starting the third really got them rolling and into a groove offensively that led to this 28-point victory.
20 points for Alexander, a key part of it, and plenty of threes as he had himself a night on the town beyond the arc. I want to remind you again, be sure to stay tuned to IndianaSRN.org for all the scheduled times and listings for our massive sports weekend. It's going to be a fun one, and you're not going to want to miss any second of it, including the rest of the games we have throughout the weekdays. Special shout out to Nick Lewis, doing a great job getting all those shots. And people, come on, people. I'm talking to you people right now, you at Chatard that aren't listening but are just walking. You see a camera, just duck. Nick had to avoid it. Nick did the best he could. But you got heads popping up left and right. I mean, feel the room. That's all I'm saying. Look around. Be present. Nick doing a wonderful job on the camera. That's my PSA. I wanted to say it during the game, but it didn't feel right. Now that we're post-game, I can get it out. Drives me nuts. Look around. Casey Pierce behind the ones and twos. doing a wonderful job directing the ship, making sure we stay in line. For my partner, Sean Kroll, I'm Jimmy Cook. Again, our final in this one, Chatard victorious over Herron, 80-52. And until we talk to you next time, so long, everybody.